You said the things are gonna be ready by this time.
Sorry, I was playing Roblox. Like, leave me alone.
Guys, just leave it, go. We kindly ask that all flash photography or recording of any kind be prohibited. And if anyone sees a Nicki Minaj CD, that is actually Riley's personal effect. So without any further ado, please enjoy The Murder at Haversham Manor. Alright, lights up on Act 1. Note to cast, Winston is still missing. We need to find him for the guard dog scene.
Let's film my day. Let's film my day.
Oh,
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Cornley Drama Society's presentation of The Murder at Haversham Manor. Not finished. Please allow me to introduce myself. I am Chris, the director, and I'd like to personally welcome you to what will be my directional debut and my first production as head of the Drama Society. Firstly, I would like to apologize to those of you involved in our little box office mix-up. I do hope the 617 of you affected will enjoy our little murder mystery just as much as you would have enjoyed Hamilton. We are particularly excited to present this play because for the first time in the Society's history, we've managed to find a play that fits the number of Society members perfectly. If we're honest, a lack of members sometimes hamper past productions, such as last year's Chicago play, Two Sisters, last Christmas's The Lion in the Wardrobe, or indeed our summer musical, Cat. Of course, this will also be the first time we've been able to stage a play of this scale, and we are thrilled. It's no secret we usually have to contend with a small budget, as was evident in our recent production of Roald Dahl's James and the Peach. Of course, during that show, and that particular run, the peach we had ran off, and we had to present a hastily devised alternative entitled, James, Where's Your Peach? Anyways, on to the main event, which I'm sure will be our best show yet. So, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together. Woo! Not yet. For Susie H.K. Bridewell's thrilling whodunit, The Murder at Haversham Manor!
Surely, Mr. Collymore.
Damn it, Perkins, I hope so.
I'll take his pulse.
I must have known something was wrong. It's so unlike Charles to disappear like this.
Sir, he's dead.
Damn it, Perkins! He can't be. He was right as rain an hour ago.
He was fit as a fiddle. It doesn't make sense.
Of course it makes sense. He's been murdered!
Damn it, sir. What should...
Good God, where's Florence?
She's in the dining room, sir. Shall I fetch her?
At once, Perkins, and quickly.
Lounge to dining room. Cecil, Miss Collymore, get in here this instant. Charles Haversham has been murdered.
But do you think it was murder, Perkins? Or do you think perhaps it was suicide?
Suicide? Mr. Haversham? Never was there a man with more zest for life than Charles Haversham.
But who would have motive to kill him? He was such a gentle fellow.
Indeed. generous, kind, a true philanthropist. He never had an enemy in his life.
Until today, it seems. Charles Habersham murdered at his own engagement party.
What shall I do, sir?
Let him, Cecil, and Florence.
Telephone the police?
No, I'll telephone Inspector Carter.
Inspector Carter?
Yes, he was just the other end of the village. He'll get here quickly. Hand me the receiver, Perkins. Thank you, Perkins. Yes, hello. Yes. Bring me Inspector Carter. Yes, I know it's late, damn it. I don't care about the weather. There's been a murder! Someone's murdered Charles Habersham! That's right! That's right! Thank you. He's on his way.
Very good, sir. What shall I do?
Cecil.
Of course.
Charles Habersham murdered at his own engagement party. What a grim, grim night. Good God, Charles Habersham murdered at his own engagement party. What a grim, grim night. Good God, where's Florence?
Charlie, no! I can't believe what I'm seeing! My God, he looks so frail lying there. His skin is cold to the touch.
You mustn't touch him, Florence.
I must.
You shan't.
You controlling brute, unhand me! Oh, how could someone do such a thing on the night of our engagement party? Cecil, quick, your brother's dead!
This way, Mr. Habersham!
Get out!
My brother dead? It can't be.
I'm in shock. Perkins pouring the stiff drink. He's having a panic attack.
Of course, sir. Charles always kept his best scotch upstairs in the study.
You know, my brother did have the finest collection of scotch in all the county.
Don't you think I know that, Cecil? He was my best friend.
Well, he was my brother, Thomas.
Good God, Charles Habersham murdered.
Sir, he's drunk the whole bottle.
Hang it all, there's another in the cabinet.
Of course, sir, you're right. This one's full. This one's full.
Florence, how are you feeling?
I can't believe he was murdered. Who would want to kill him? I can't imagine.
My brother was a good man. My brother was a good man. Who would ever want to kill him? Well, I'm in shock, Thomas.
As am I, Cecil. As am I.
A drink, sir.
Yes.
Here you are.
Well, here's to a good brother.
Would you like another?
Yes, that was the best whiskey I've ever tasted. Oh. Drink it all. down, Florence. It's gonna be okay.
This is more than my nerves can take. I simply can't stand it. Thomas, I think I'm becoming hysterical.
Florence, it's not another one of your episodes. Take one of your pills.
Can I have another? Perkins.
Of course, sir.
I can't believe he was set upstairs drinking when he was supposed to be downstairs with us.
Ding dong! Who could that be? The inspector?
Thank heavens he's here.
What a terrible snowstorm. Good evening. I'm Inspector Carter. Take my case.
Of course, Inspector.
This must be Charles Havisham. I'm so sorry. It's supposed to have given you all a damn shock.
It did. We're all still reeling.
Naturally. Tell me, are any of you the deceased's immediate family?
I'm Cecil Havisham. I'm his brother.
I'm Florence Collymore. I'm his fiancée. Tonight was our engagement party.
I take it everyone is assembled in here?
Yes, the only other member of staff is our gardener, but I saw him leaving with Winston hours ago.
Winston.
His guard dog.
Very well. Have you poured everyone a stiff drink?
Yes, sir.
Well, then let's all raise a glass to the man we all loved, to Charles.
To Charles!
Delicious.
Excellent. Lovely. That's a damn fine bottle, Perkins. What's the vintage?
Corrosive and flammable, sir.
Listen, you're going to be distraught, but the sooner I can begin my inquiries, the sooner we can get to the bottom of this ghastly business. If you'd be so kind as to take the body upstairs so I can begin my studies.
Of course, Inspector.
Oh, the new hand, Perkins.
Then lock all the doors and prepare the room. I shall begin my inquiries in here afterwards.
Any ideas of the cause of death, Inspector?
Could be any number of things. Strangulation, suffocation, poison. Before further investigating the body, I wouldn't like to say.
Poison, Inspector? Surely not.
Try not to think about it, Miss Collymore. As soon as I've finished upstairs, I'll speak to I'll speak to everyone individually, and then you can all have some time to yourselves calm your nerves.
Thank you, Inspector. This is not more than I can bear.
Yes, I will return just as soon as I finish examining the body.
Well, thank God they've all gone.
Good Lord, Perkins. This body weighs a ton.
So this is Charles' private study. Set the body down there, gentlemen.
It's such a tragedy for a man to be murdered only 3 months before he is to be married.
I can't stand this. Just look at him lying there.
His stillness unnerves me.
Seeing a cadaver for the first time can be rather unsettling. Yes, very unsettling.
It's so strange to...
Check his pockets.
Yes, Inspector.
What shall I do, sir?
I'll need you to check his body for fingerprints. That's strange. I seem to have misplaced my equipment. Did I place it on the table downstairs?
A letter!
Ah. Thank you.
Shall I go fetch it, sir?
Thank you, Perkins.
Shall we? That's the thing.
Cecil, we must tread carefully. It would be easy for us to become implicated in Charles's death. If they find out about us, we'll be suspects.
So what, we were having an affair? It doesn't mean we killed the man.
Of course not, but that's what the inspector will think.
It's fine. We'll just carry on as if everything is as it was. Except now you won't be forced to marry my beastly brother.
And soon we can be together and not keep any more secrets.
Soon, my love. But first, I must ask you one question.
I couldn't find it, sir.
That's a shame. I suppose we'll never know that.
Oh, I have this. I can check his hands.
I believe I know where it is.
Oh, this is so tragic.
I know, this is most... morose.
Morose! Morose, indeed. Oh, he's my oldest friend. I don't know what I shall have to do without him.
I've returned. Now, I need you to pull yourself together and help me test the body for fingerprints.
Of course, sir.
What was that?
Sir?
I could have sworn I just saw him breathing.
Breathing, sir.
No. Nonsense, Cardinal. This man is dead.
Clarence, will you do me the honor of becoming my wife? Marry me. Charles is gone, and he'll never come between us again.
Thank you, gentlemen. Now that I have finished examining the body, if you'd be so kind as to take it to the service quarters for the coroner to collect in the morning.
Of course, sir.
And Perkins, perhaps you could fetch me a pencil in my notebook?
I'll do that.
Thank you.
After you, Charles.
Oh, Cecil, I can't resist you. I shall marry you.
Oh, Florence, come into my
I
arms.
shall.
Oh, kiss me.
Oh, Cecil! Oh. It'll all be okay soon. It'll be amazing.
What on earth is going on?
I was feeling flustered. Cecil was cooling my brow.
Okay, well, I must fetch the inspector's pencil. Have you seen it?
That's okay.
Yes. Now that I have the inspector's notebook, pencil, I'll be on my way.
Well, thank God he's gone.
Oh, Cecil, kiss me 1,000 times. I'm yours.
Sorry to interrupt. Mr. Havisham, Mr. Collymore. I've come to collect the keys to lock us all inside.
Thank you, Perkins.
Now that I have the keys, I'll lock us all inside at once.
You don't think Perkins expects us, do you?
Oh, that old fool. Of course not.
Oh, enough words. Take me.
Oh,
What in God's name?
I was about to faint. Cecil caught me.
I haven't got time for this. Now I have the inspector's notebook. Now I have the inspector's notebook. I will be on my way.
oh, at last we're alone.
Kiss me, Cecil. I can't wait a second longer. Kiss me, Cecil. I can't wait a second longer. Kiss me, Cecil. I can't wait a second longer. This is so amazing.
I'm so glad no one's interrupting our
Sorry to interrupt! Miss Havisham, Mr. Collymore, I've come to prepare the room.
Yes, thank you, Perkins. Just set them down there on the mantelpiece. astute. Thank you, Perkins. At last, we're alone. We're alone.
Oh, Cecil, we're away from here, far away, together.
Soon, my love, but we must be careful. We mustn't arouse suspicion.
Cecil, tell me, what do you think of Charles?
I've no doubt in my mind that it was your brother, Thomas Collymore.
My brother a murderer and Charles dead? What a deadly situation this is!
It's fine, Florence. We'll just...
But why would Thomas want Charles dead?
Isn't it obvious? He was always bitter and possessive when it came to you. He saw you two together at tonight's engagement party and he drove him half mad and he snapped and killed Charles.
But if it is Thomas, what if our affair is discovered?
I have no doubt in my mind that he would try to kill us as well.
Oh, I feel faint again.
Oh, Florence, don't worry. Just follow my lead. Sorry, Captain.
But now that I have finished studying the body, I can begin my inquiries. Perkins, bring in Charles' personal effects.
Where would you like them, Inspector?
Set him down on the mantelpiece.
As you wish, Inspector.
Don't go, Perkins. I'd like to ask you a few questions first. Mr. Havisham, Miss Collymore, if you could give us a moment's privacy.
Naturally.
Don't just stand there, Perkins. Take a seat.
May I, sir?
Go ahead. How are you feeling, Perkins?
A little shaken, sir, but I'll be fine.
You and Charles Havisham, you were close?
Yes, sir.
You don't appear very...
Ow! On the contrary,
Of course I didn't notice.
You barely...
I improvised.
Charles was such a kind and charming fellow.
It's true.
You knew him?
Once, at the local police station, he was a consultant on a fraud case I was working on.
I see.
How long have you been working at Havisham Manor?
80 years.
80 years?
8 years. 8 years.
8 years. And have you enjoyed your time here?
My time working for Charles Havisham has been nothing but a pleasure. I feel that the entire time I've been working here, I've been treated as not only a buckler, but a friend and confidant. Now, if you need me, I'll be in my quarters. Exits. Exits!
Thank you, Perkins. If you'd be so kind as to sending Florence Collymore on your way out.
No need, Inspector, I'm already here. Don't ask too much of me, I feel as fragile as glass.
At last, Collymore, you managed to find me a pencil?
Yes, Inspector.
And my notebook?
Yes.
I knew I'd left them somewhere. I'm going to have to speak to your sister alone.
Very well, Florence, I'll be at the library.
Don't fret, Miss Collymore. My questions will be brief and to the point, and then you can get some rest. Firstly, how old are you?
21.
I'll make a note of that. And when were you engaged to be married?
In the new year.
And when did you and your fiancé first meet?
At least 7 months ago. My brother has known him since school. He introduced us at a local gala, and it was love at first sight. I knew from the very first moment I saw him that he was the man I wished to marry.
Ah, I've run out of paper.
When you love someone, there's nothing as rushing, Inspector.
Did you ever feel you were rushing into this marriage?
Why wouldn't I love him?
Did you love him then?
How could anyone have benefited?
Can you think of anyone who could have benefited from this?
Cecil?
Not even Cecil.
I wasn't having an affair! Don't raise your voice at me, Inspector!
You were having an affair!
Don't tell me to calm down!
Calm down, Miss Collymore.
But where did you find it?
I found your letter, the one addressed to Cecil, in your handwriting, saying that the thought of marrying Charles repulsed you.
Charles read it? Then you...
But where did you find it? Well, I'll tell you where I found it. In Charles' pocket.
Charles read it? Then it was suicide!
Indeed. Or murder conceived by yourself and Cecil Havisham, so you can run away together.
You diabolical beast! How can you? I won't stand for this, Inspector! Accuse me again, and all the shouting!
What is this, Inspector?
I was merely interviewing Miss Collymore, nothing more.
What's the matter, Florence?
She's having one of her hysterical episodes.
Calm down, stop shouting.
She's run off. I'll fetch her back. You stay here. I dare say the inspector has some questions for you. You were Charles' brother, after all.
I'm sorry about her, Inspector. She's badly shaken. We all are. It's getting late already, and it's been quite the night.
Indeed, 11 o'clock already.
Well, do you have any questions for me, Inspector?
Indeed, similar questions to those I asked Miss Collymore.
Well, fire away, Inspector. I'm at your service.
Naturally. Now, tell me, you and your brother, you were close?
There was rather more strain on our relationship when Father died, and it was no doubt that he cared more for Charlie than myself, but other than that, I think we were good.
I see. This is your father in the portrait, is it not?
It is.
The spitting image of Charles, isn't he?
Ever since he was quite young, yes.
You were the junior by 4 years?
4 years, and didn't I know it? Charles patronized and embarrassed me throughout our entire childhood. And not only that, Father always took his side, and whenever he didn't get what he wanted, it was unbearable.
Sounds far from the ideal brother. In fact, sounds like you hated one another.
I won't lie, Inspector, we never truly saw eye to eye. But if you're saying I had something to do with his murder, then you're mistaken.
I see. It's a dark night, Cecil.
Inspector.
You can barely even make out the trees.
What are you saying, Inspector?
I'm saying that tonight would have been the perfect night to murder your brother.
Come on, Inspector. Deep down, we truly cared for one another.
Why are you so mad at this? Have you never done
And
this
yet you
before?
are having an affair with his fiancée.
What on earth gave you that idea?
This letter I found in Charles' pocket from Miss Collymore to yourself.
You know about that?
I do, as it seems, did Charles.
Well, bravo, Inspector. You found out about the influence. Well, bravo, Inspector. You found out about Liam Florence, but it proves nothing. We had nothing to do with Charles's murder, but Thomas Collymore does. Oh, Inspector, he's a dangerously unhinged man, with the devil of a temper, and Florence is his sister. Now, I've said it once. Now, I've said it once. Now, I've said it. Now, I've said it once before, and I shall say it again. He couldn't stand the idea of giving her up to any. He couldn't stand the idea of giving her up to any man, let alone his old school chum. He saw them together at tonight's engagement party, and it drove him half mad, and he snapped and killed Charles. A crime of passion, perhaps, but there it is.
Thank you, Mr. Havisham. If you'd be so kind as to send in Thomas Collymore on your way out.
Of course, Inspector. Anything to help you progress your investigation.
Hang it all, Charles. Who could have killed you? Everybody under this damned roof seems guilty. That's queer. There's something behind these cushions. A ledger? A ledger?
Underneath. It's right there.
What?
Look underneath the couch.
What?
Look underneath the couch. It's right there. Look. Underneath.
What?
Underneath the couch. There.
A ledger. show?
Ollie, it's under our couch.
Yes, I can see you too. This isn't like TV. I can see you too. Whatever. Doesn't matter. Legend. With Charles' initials inscribed on the cover. Let me see. Notes, bills. What's this? Newly written last will and testament, dated today, only today. Let me see. I, Charles Havisham, hereby amend my last will and testament to leave all my money, possessions, and Havisham Manor to one. Good Lord!
Inspector, Thomas Collymore for you.
Thank you, Mr. Havisham. But before I interview Mr. Collymore, I have some papers I'd like to interview in Charles' study.
Do take your time, Inspector.
Indeed.
Tell me, did you manage to find Florence?
Yes, she ran us into the grounds.
And what were your feelings about their engagement?
I was overjoyed, of course. I love Florence and I love Charles. I couldn't have been more content with the match.
Well, come now, Collymore. It's well known that you're overprotective of your sister.
Ring! The phone's ringing.
I'll get it. Yes, hello? Good evening. It's for you.
Who is it?
Your accountant's Collymore.
At 11:30 in the evening?
Yes.
Then hand me the receiver, Cecil. Thank you, Cecil. Yes. Yes, Thomas Collymore speaking. It is inconvenient. Yes. Yes, my recent deposits, what of them? Discrepancies? What are you? What? 9,000 pounds gone. Gone where? Oh no. Hawkins! Get in here.
Yes, sir?
Bring me my bank book, Perkins.
Your bank books, sir.
Thank you, Perkins.
Your pen, sir.
Thank you, Perkins. Yes. Give me your name. Yes. I report you to your superiors. Mr. Fitzroy. I'll write that down. Yes. Mr. Fitzroy. I'll have you know you have. Okay. I'll have you know you put me in a very difficult position. Now, you figure out what happened to my money, and you call me back.
What was it, Collymore?
9,000 pounds stolen from my private savings.
Good Lord.
What a ghastly evening.
Thomas, I feel I have a confession to make.
Yes?
Well, Florence and I were having an affair.
What? You're my sister!
Now calm down, Collymore.
I always knew you were a snake in the grass, Cecil.
It's not what you think. We're in love.
My sister. My sister. My sister does not love you. How dare you lay a finger on her? Your own brother's fiancée. No wonder your father hated you.
Do not speak of my father.
The time has come for you to You don't get one.
Disarm! Blood!
I don't want to kill a man like you, Charles. Cecil, it seems as there's no mystery as to who killed Charles Haversham anymore. He was murdered by his violent brother in a fit of jealous rage. You'll be sorry. You laid a finger on my sister. You'll be sorry.
Gunshots in the library!
Dear God, what's happening down there?
I don't know, Inspector. Come down here quickly, please.
Inspector Carter! Where's Inspector Carter?
He's on his way down now.
Whoa. Inspector! It's amazing how you manage to look so calm in situations such as these.
It comes from years of experience.
Indeed.
Now, it's important that we all remain calm and keep an eye on all. Now, is Miss Collymore?
She's coming now. Florence, get in here. Florence! You don't look yourself this evening.
Oh, Summers, I'm frightened.
Don't worry, Florence. You're safe in here with me.
There, Miss Collymore.
Well, I think it's obvious what's happened here.
Sir, what's happening?
Isn't it obvious? Cecil has lost control.
Oh no, not Kiesel.
He killed his brother tonight and driven mad by jealousy and his lust for you. And now he knows we found him out.
Oh, I cannot bear it. Kiesel would never do such a thing.
Oh, quickly, where's her medication? No? This is a disaster.
Oh, save me, brother. Oh, save me, sister, brother. Okay.
Don't worry, Florence. I shan't let anyone hurt a hair on your head.
Oh, I'm panicking.
Quickly, where's her medication?
Here's your medication, Florence.
They're mints. Oh, I cannot believe Kiesel.
Cecil!
Cecil is doing this. Is anyone of you gonna try to relax me?
Chill.
Okay, thank you. Oh no, I shall faint.
You shan't be!
Oh.
Confound it! Confound it! What a devil of a situation this is. Confound it! It seems there's no mystery as to who killed Cecil. Charles anymore?
Take cover!
Oh, Prince Scott!
Good Lord!
Don't panic. Cecil was just crossing the line. We must lock him out.
Perkins, where are those keys?
Quickly, throw me the key before he bursts in.
No! No!
Good Lord!
Oh no, Kiesel's dead.
Cecil!
A double murder.
We found Riley's Nicki Minaj. It's fine.
Time of death, 4:45. 5 o'clock.
Oh no, Cecil. No, no, no. I loved him. I know it was wrong. I know I was engaged to Charles, but Cecil was mine then. I was his. Console me, I'm sad.
You're all right, Florence.
Oh no, how will I go on?
You, take this body outside.
I'll lend you a hand, Perkins.
I've seen a lot of things in my 12 years as an inspector, but 2 murders on one night is certainly unusual.
Oh, Inspector, my fiancé and my lover killed on the same eve.
Remember your breathing, Miss Collymore. Now is not the time for another one of your episodes.
Oh, Inspector, I'm having an episode. I cannot help it.
Have an episode. Have an episode. Have an episode!
Oh. Oh. Oh my God.
Florence!
No, Miss Collymore.
Control yourself, girl.
They're dead. They're gone. They're never coming back.
Florence, I will not tolerate another tantrum.
Get away from me, Thomas. You don't understand my grief.
Oh, another one of your pills.
Another one. Okay. Okay. There means. Okay. So, do we have any idea of who the killer is?
That's a good question, Miss Collymore.
And one will need to answer quickly if we're going to get out of this house alive.
Oh, Inspector, you've given me a chill.
Perkins, pour us all enough scotch.
Yes, Inspector.
Now, tell me, is there anyone else here on the grounds tonight with us?
Not a soul, Inspector.
The gardener left at 6. The only other member of staff is Perkins.
Good God. I needed that.
Is there anyone else here on the grounds with us, sir? Or
No.
access to the grounds, that is?
No one, Inspector.
I'm the only one with the master key. And as instructed, I locked and bolted the doors as soon as you arrived.
Then who could have killed him?
That's a good question, Mr. Collymore.
One will need to answer quickly if we're going to get out of this house alive.
Oh, Inspector, you've given me a chill.
Perkins, pour us all another drink.
Yes, immediately, Inspector.
Now tell me, is there anyone else here on the grounds tonight with us?
No one, Inspector.
The gardener left at 6. The only other member of staff is Perkins.
Good God. I needed that.
Does anyone else have access to the grounds?
Not a soul, Inspector.
I'm the only one with the master key. And as instructed, I locked and bolted the doors as soon as you arrived.
Perkins. Then who could have killed him?
That's a good question, Mr. Collymore.
One will need to answer quickly if we're going to get out of this house alive.
Oh, Inspector, you've given me a chill.
Perkins, pour us all another scotch. Now tell me, is there anyone else here on the grounds tonight with us?
Not a soul, Inspector.
The gardener left at 6. The only other member of staff is Perkins.
Good God. I needed that.
Does anyone else have access to the grounds?
No one, Inspector.
I'm the only one with the master key, and as instructed, I locked and bolted the doors as soon as you arrived.
Kill him!
question, Mr. Collymore.
And one will need to answer quickly if we're going to get out of this house alive.
Oh, Inspector, you've given me a chill.
Perkins, pour us all another scotch.
If you say so.
Now, tell me, is there anyone else here on the grounds with us tonight?
Not a soul, Inspector.
The governor left at 6. The only other member of staff is Perkins.
My eyes!
Good God! I needed that.
Oh, my dream.
Is anyone else here on the grounds with us?
No one, Inspector.
It burns! I'm the only one with the master key, and as instructed, I locked and bolted the doors as soon as you arrived. No one! No one could have killed him, except for the very people in this room!
Good God, you're right.
Oh, it burns.
Oh my God, this is a disaster. Blackout, intermission. I'm supposed to stay here or look pretty or something. Not the carrot.
Good evening again, ladies and gentlemen. We hope you enjoyed our brief intermission. The present production will begin momentarily, I am assured. I must say I am delighted to see that so many of you have stayed for the second act. Obviously, I'd be lying if I said that first act went exactly as rehearsed, but there were one or two minor snags, but they were snags you expect to see in any production, and this certainly isn't the worst. First production Courtney Drama Society has had by some stretch. Why, just last year, due to a casting error, Cornley Drama Society had to present Snow White and the Seventh Edinburgh Gentlemen. Anyway, before we begin, Riley, before we begin, one word of health and safety. Could I ask anyone that consumed the snacks handed out during the intermission to please seek medical help immediately? Now, please enjoy the concluding act of the Murder at Havisham Manor.
No one could have killed him, except for the very people in this room.
Good God, you're right, it's one of us.
Oh my God, this is a disaster.
And it's not over yet. We still must find the book man.
Indeed, the gunshots were heard coming from the library. I shall investigate. All of you remain here.
Oh, brother, this is frightful.
I know, Florence. We're not glad police snowed into the slaughterhouse. Now let us remind ourselves of what we know.
We know that Charles Haversham was murdered here in his own private quarters on the night of his engagement party.
We know that his own little brother was involved in an affair with my sister. How could you behave in such a way?
Not now, Thomas. We know that he too was murdered in the same eve, in cold blood.
The only thing we don't know is who the murderer is.
The tension in this house is... It's tense.
Florence, how do you feel now?
I feel great.
That's dreadful.
Yeah, dreadful. I want to die.
That's the spirit, Florence.
But, Miss Collymore, I have one question that I must ask you. Where were you at the time of the murder?
On the floor with a mustache.
That makes perfect sense. As was I.
Kiss me 1,000 times. I'm yours.
Of course, Florence. That's what brothers are for.
This is a disaster, and it's already midnight. That was most...
Riley!
Riley!
That was most... ominous.
Ominous, indeed.
Study the lounge. Are you there, Collymore?
Yes, Inspector.
Come up to study immediately. I must speak with you.
At once, Inspector.
Ah, there you are, Collymore.
Yes. Yes, Inspector.
I must speak with you.
At once, Inspector.
Are you sitting comfortably?
Oh, Inspector.
Before we begin, I must check no one else is in earshot.
No one, Inspector.
Very well. I found the weapon used to kill Cecil Havisham.
Someone killed Cecil in this?
Indeed, in the library, muzzle warm, and the barrel still smoking. Must have been less than half an hour ago.
But who did it?
I was hoping you could tell me that, Collymore. After all, we are friends, aren't we?
I have no idea what you're talking about. I was downstairs. Fetching refreshments. Mine? I don't know what.
Besides, why would I?
Besides, why would I want to kill my old best friends and my brother?
Perhaps because you discovered his affair with Florence. We all know you're a jealous man, Collymore. Ruthlessly protective of your sister.
Protective? I'm for whoever makes my sister happy.
Don't play the fool with me, Collymore. You shot Cecil Havisham in cold blood, and you know that wasn't the plan.
Who the devil could that be? Quickly, Miss Collymore, we must get you somewhere safe. Charles had a secret passageway built into this bookshelf a while back. There, you're safe in... You're safe in there. You're safe in there, Miss Collymore. so late in the evening?
I was gardening late into the grounds this evening with Winston when we got caught up in the storm and we couldn't make it back to the gates.
I see. Come in. Come inside. You won't believe what a dreadful evening it's been.
How do you mean?
Charles Haversham has been murdered.
Charles Haversham? Impossible!
And not only that, his brother Cecil too.
Well, that does explain the strange ongoings of the scene on the grounds this evening.
Strange ongoings.
Yes, there was a mysterious figure in this very window, and the window was forced, and Winston found this beneath it.
A handkerchief?
Yes. And it has a deep red mark and a distinctive scent.
Cyanide.
Cyanide. Precisely. Cyanide. And you can tell from the shape of the mark that it's been used to hold a bottle. Kind of. And not only that, it's embroidered with the initials FC.
Florence Colleymore's the murderer.
I must show you something, Perkins. No doubt you'll find it interesting. You too as well, Colin.
Thank you, Inspector. What is it?
A new draft of Charles' last will and testament, dated only today. Seems he has changed the beneficiary.
Oh. But who has he changed? But who? Good Lord!
That's right.
He's living in old Perkins.
Arthur, are you suggesting that Florence Collymore broke into Charles' private studies this afternoon?
Yes. Florence Collymore has murdered her own fiancé.
Florence Collymore? Florence, get in here this instant! You're the murderer, and we have the evidence to prove it.
Me, the murderer. How can you?
Time has come to confront Perkins and tell him what we know what he has done. Get in the elevator, Collymore.
No.
Then we'll have to take the stairs.
You first, Inspector.
Perkins?
Inspector?
Oh, thank heavens, Inspector. These two have been accusing me of the most dreadful thing.
Hold your tongue. We all know what you've done. Whoa, Winston, get away from the inspector.
Winston, down, boy.
I'm sorry about Winston, Inspector. I'll put him outside.
Arthur, I presume?
Yes, I'm the longest serving member here at Haversham Manor.
He's been working for Mr. Haversham for 90 years. 99 years.
99 years. What a dedicated man. But Arthur, I was informed that you had left at 6 earlier this evening.
What's that, young man?
It seems that you've been hiding on the grounds. Two men were murdered here.
Arthur got trapped in the grounds with the snowstorm happening outside. He never made it past the gates.
How implausible. I don't suppose you know what you've walked into this evening, then?
On the contrary, Inspector, it appears I have found a clue that will help you solve this case.
A handkerchief.
Monogrammed.
Monogram.
With a distinct scent. Cyanide. Cyanide.
Cyanide. Thank you. Good God, how dreadful. Thomas, fetch me my magnifying glass for Charles.
At once, Inspector. Ah!
Thank you. Colin.
But sir, there's something you have not noticed about that handkerchief.
Go get it. It's for you.
What? Who is it?
Mr. Fitzroy.
Harry's receiver, Perkins.
At once.
Hello? Yes. This is a much more convenient time, yes. Oh, what? Another transaction traced? A one-way ticket to Dover? What are you talking about, man? Fitzroy? Fitzroy, are you there? Ah, there you are, Mr. Fitzroy. Well, how do you know? You have put me in more pain than you could possibly imagine. Now you go track those transactions and figure out who spent my money. Oh, goodbye. I must.
But Inspector, there's something you have not noticed about that
If you'll excuse me.
that handkerchief.
If you'll excuse me.
What is it, Perkins?
It bears upon it the initials FC.
Excuse me.
Florence Collymore is the murderer, Inspector.
Me, the murderer. How can you?
You are the murderer, Collymore. It's plain for us now all to see. You are engaged to Charles, a man whom, according to your letter, you despise. Furthermore, you were having an affair with his brother. It seemed plausible to me that you both murdered him so you could run away together.
If you'll excuse me. I think it's going rather well.
Florence Collymore is the murderer, Inspector.
Me, the murderer. How can you? Oh, I sure hope no one comes out the 13th instant to knock me out.
I checked my bank records.
You're lying, Florence. You killed him. You killed your fiancé. What do you have to say for yourself?
I am not a murderer.
Yes, you are.
You've been exposed.
It is true, Inspector.
Very well. There's an easy way that we can clear your name. You must check the body for evidence of cyanide poisoning. Collymore, Perkins, if you could show me the service quarter so I can investigate the body for cyanide.
Of course, Inspector.
And Arthur, you keep an eye on her to make sure she doesn't escape. Try to leave.
Arthur, you've known me years. Sure you believe I would never do something like this?
On the contrary, Florence, it was I who discovered you to be the guilty party.
Oh, Arthur, how can you? Please, you are protecting from these fiends. I'll do anything to win your trust.
I'm a simple gardener.
I've seen the way you look at me across the grounds. Even now, the way you're looking at me. Even now, the way you're looking at me. Even now, the way you're looking at me. I know how you feel.
Miss Collymore, I'm a simple gardener.
You said before how radiant I look as I walk across the grounds. Oh, Arthur, protect me. I'll be yours if you do.
Miss Collymore, you are a murderer and a seductress, and I shall not be seduced.
But Arthur, how can you resist me? I'm a beautiful woman.
You're using your powers over men as you always have.
You can't pretend your feelings are real.
Very well. Then perhaps I have admired you.
Then kiss. Then kiss me, Arthur. You know you want to.
Kids, right now. Right
Arthur the gardener, with Florence Collymore in his arms.
Second affair?
Florence! You've changed.
Your wild accusations have driven me to this. I feel dizzy. I thought I'm about to pass out.
Quickly, where's her medication?
Glass, I must have left it in the study.
Miss Collymore, you are a vile criminal.
And to think we took you in.
And all the while,
You have manipulated me. I have let my master down tonight.
and all the while you are planning your fiance's murder.
Oh, Inspector, all these accusations. I feel an episode coming on.
An episode.
If you'll excuse me.
An adulteress and a cold-blooded killer.
I'm not, Inspector.
Yes, you are, Miss Collymore.
Oh, Inspector, I can't take it anymore. I shall faint.
She's fainted.
It's all become too much for her.
Quickly, set it down on the shades. That's better.
I found them. What's going on?
Florence has fainted.
Good God, I'll wake her up. She's out cold.
Calm down, Miss Collymore.
But Arthur, is this the same person you saw on this evening?
I cannot tell. I can't see her. I can't see her face. Can you please move her hands from her face? No, it was not her. Besides, the figure that I saw was that of a man.
Of course it was. You were taken in by a handkerchief planted outside of a windowsill to frame Florence. Both she and Cecil had plausible motives for murder, but the true culprit is Perkins!
Me, Inspector. Me, Inspector.
You, Lord Collymore. It seems that Charles had changed his will to make you the sole beneficiary of his inheritance.
This is all a mistake.
Save your pleading for the police station. Collymore, handcuff him to the shades.
I'm innocent, I swear.
Make sure he stays there unless he tries to escape before I drive from there.
Ow! But that won't be for hours.
Well, that's too bad, isn't it?
It won't be for hours. The snowstorm's at its peak.
This is all a misunderstanding.
Oh, what happened? I must have fainted. Curse my delicate constitution.
What happens? I must have fainted. Curse my delicate constitution.
You did think, Florence. We figured out that Perkins committed the murder.
Perkins?
Perkins? But he's such a kindly old man.
I'm no murderer. But I know who is.
Who?
Inspector Carter!
What on earth?
Poppycock!
You said that you knew Charles, that he was a consultant on a fraud case you were working on.
Well, what of it?
You found out that the reason why no arrests had been made was because the man committing the murder was you yourself. You were the facade. Perpetrator. You were the perpetrator.
You can't prove it.
But Charles could, and that's why you killed him.
Never!
I know your secret, Inspector. What will you do? Kill me too?
I will, confound it.
What a devil of a situation this is!
Not so bad.
Sir!
Havisham?
Oh, Charlie!
Charlie, I thought you were dead.
You're alive. That's not
Sir.
possible.
Oh, I'm afraid it is. You couldn't kill me that easily.
How did you survive?
I simply didn't drink the poison sherry you left out there for me this evening.
Oh, Charlie.
Charlie, this is all more than I can bear.
Ever since we last looked at the police station, it was clear you thought I was on to you. It was at that point that I was afraid you might try to kill me. For months now, I had my guards up. And tonight, you fell into my trap.
You've been hiding on the grounds ever since this evening when the cherry was pointed.
It was you. You were the mysterious figure.
Oh, that was strange. What are you doing out? I thought it was strange you got here so quickly in such a terrible weather.
But what about the handkerchief bearing Florence Collingmore's initials?
Perhaps you should ask this Inspector Carter. Or should I say Inspector Frederick Carter?
FC!
The same initials.
Precisely! And after finding Charles' will in his ledger, he tried to pin the whole thing on me.
You did.
You damn crafty devil.
Indeed. Perkins is as innocent as I am. Remove those handles this instant. Of course, Inspector. I have the key.
You have the key, right?
No. Talk to the Inspector.
Never! I came here to kill you, Charles, and I won't leave until I finish the job.
It's over, Inspector. I can prove you guilty in a second. I have all the evidence upstairs in the safe in my study. Fetch the papers, Perkins.
Yes, sir.
The way you reckon, Inspector.
What are you going to do, Charles? Shoot me in front of a room full of witnesses.
You don't think I wouldn't do it? You tried to kill me. I'd rather you turning fear.
Oh, please, Inspector, you're frightening me.
Please, Inspector, you're frightening me.
You ought to be frightened.
Arthur, hold everyone steady in this room. I'll go send a wire to the local police.
Yes, sir.
You monster! You tried to kill Charles and you killed Fifth?
And you killed Cecil. How could you?
All right. All right. All right, it's true. I'll admit I tried to kill Cecil. But I couldn't have done it without my accomplice.
Your accomplice?
Yes, my accomplice.
Jenny.
Yes, my accomplice. Thomas Collymore.
It's true! It's true, but I will not be going on for this. Damn it! He's locked the doors! We're trapped!
Yes, quickly Collymore. Through the elevator, we can escape through the east staircase.
Get away from the door, you two. Winston, get him.
Down, Winston!
Who are you next to the group? Escape?
Push him aside.
Where's Florence? I don't know.
Push him aside, Charles. You want to spend the rest of your life in jail?
The papers, sir.
Arthur, I'm surprised at you.
Oh, brother! I'm surprised at you. I don't know what you've become.
Someone call him.
You should
Charlie, look at me the way you still look at me.
Lawrence, you're starting a very big mistake in front of my heart.
What are you doing? You're handling it, controlling brute. Calm yourself. Calm yourself, Jake.
Your reading glasses, sir.
Thank you, Perkins. Get the door, Perkins.
Yes, sir.
Silence, Lawrence. This is the worst of... This is the worst night of my life.
You wish, girl, after this, I'll need a good-ass glass of wine and a race. This is the worst night of my life.
I think this is the worst night of all of our lives.
What's going on?
I wish I could tell you.
Thomas. Thomas.
Yes.
Inspector Carter had you fooled, didn't he?
What do you mean?
He never intended to share the money with you. Let me summarize. Inspector Carter knew that I discovered you and him were both embezzling policemen. So you hatched a plan to kill me by planting cyanide in my hair for me to drink.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That was a bad idea.
But that's not the break, Charlie. We can make it work! And Inspector Carter then tried to pin my murder on my brothers Cecil and Florence for their affair.
Don't worry about the other one, Charlie. You're good enough with me.
That was until your accomplice Thomas murdered and shot my brother Cecil. Inspector Carter then tried to pin my murder on Perkins instead after finding my will in the lecture. What you didn't know, Thomas, was that Inspector Carter was the one who made £9,000 withdrawal from your private account this morning. And after bringing someone from my murder, he intended to flee with a one-way ticket to Dover, taking every penny with him. I think it's time to have a look at that fact case. Ah, there we go, cyanide. And Thomas Cullen was £9,000.
And of course, a one-way ticket to Nicki Minaj?
Inspector Carter led you to all of them by stealing all the stolen money from your private account. Isn't that right, Inspector?
All right, it's true. I had forged your bank signature at the bank and had taken out every penny.
You rogue! I trusted you, Carter. You made a mistake and I was afraid to relax.
No! Bang!
The police are waiting in the hall, sir.
Excellent. Excellent, Perkins. Now, if you could please escort Miss Collymore downstairs. I wish to have both with Thomas and Hannah.
Yes. This way, Miss Collymore.
Downstairs, Lawrence, downstairs. Thomas, you're not the man I knew at Inter. You have become greedy. You have become greedy and jealous.
I'm sorry, Charles. My nerves are shot.
There is a glass of sherry by the table. The glass of sherry is here, Thomas.
No, I found it. Have a kind host, Charles. Thank you, Charles. Most kind.
Now, Thomas, tell me one last thing.
Anything, Charles. I'll tell them your lies.
The glass of poisoned sherry Inspector Carter left out for me. What do you think I did with it?
Charles, you don't. Lie?
Just die already.
Just die. How dare you? No! Not death! The ever cruel end to everyone! Oh my God! I've never been in more pain! Oh, cyanide is not the way to go! Ah! And death!
Thomas, your lies and deceit have led you inexorably to this man.
men only allow their conscience to be governed by avarice, then death and destruction shall be. Betrayed by my own brother. Riley! Betrayed by my own brother, cuckolded by my own fiancé, and almost murdered by my host. Let us hope we never see again a murder that